Try to fail. That's what my artists and my dreamers need to do. Just give it a shot. You know, if you're a painter or a musician or a content creator, you know, or a creator of magic, someone that's trying to make the world a beautiful place, trying to make your life more beautiful, whatever it is that you want, you're trying to make something, right? And to a degree, we try to perfect something, you know? Even the people who think that they're not perfectionists are still trying to do something right. Try to do something wrong. What we find when we try to do something wrong is here's the catch, we still try to do wrong right. And we see in our mind's eye that it's almost impossible when we're trying to translate something from our mind to the external world. Whether we try to be successful or whether we try to fail, whether we try to do anything, we hesitate. There's a hesitation because there's a need for what we want to express to come across clear and to come across as sincere. And we don't want to be misunderstood. We don't want to be misrepresented. We don't want to miss the mark. We don't want to miss the mark. And that's good. That's totally good. We shouldn't. We should, aim for the moon. Even if you miss, you land among the stars. That's great. The exercise that I'm presenting with you to try to fail in something is it opens you up to one, obviously being okay to fail because that's the goal, but two, knowing what it feels like to fail. We don't understand the feeling of failure while simultaneously observing the failure. When we fail, for the most part, most of the time, we feel all the negative emotions that come along with failure. Even if you take failure well, and say a couple weeks you bounce back from it and you're like, oh, okay, I did this wrong, I did that wrong, it's okay, I'm going to get up on the horse, I'm going to do this again, I'm going to be successful, wonderful, congratulations, get it. But this is different than that. This is trying to fail in the moment and what that feels like, what that looks like. I'll start to control the failure. In other words, I'll try to fail right. And it's like, wait a minute, I'm trying to do something wrong. My artists out there, my painters, use a palette that would make a terrible sunset. My musicians writing songs, write a song about something ridiculous. Write a chord progression that you hate. As a musician myself, I tend to lean towards chord progressions that make me feel good. Scales and patterns that make me feel good, that are comfy. That don't use something that makes you feel awful. If you're trying to do content creation, don't script out your video. If you're trying to do content creation, don't try to have a coherent thought. Don't edit out the bad parts of your video. Try to shoot a terrible video. But whether you post it or not, I would suggest posting it. I would suggest having the intentions of posting it because, again, it's an expansion of consciousness, even if it's in a bad direction. Because when we have that expanse in consciousness to a shitty aspect, but we watch ourselves in the moment of doing it, one, we allow ourselves to fail because that's the point. Two, we don't care if we fail because, again, that's the point. And because we don't care that we're failing, we see the mechanics of our actions during a failing process. And it's a weird spot. It's, oh my God, this feels awful. Oh my God, the sound is awful. Oh my God, the lighting is awful. Oh my God, the thought was awful. But I'm doing it anyways. And I'm not attaching to the failure because that's the point, which means I can see it better. It's like watching a movie. We love to see the villain. We love to empathize with the villain in movies because we know they're not real. We like to befriend the movies. We like to befriend Joker. We like to befriend Harley Quinn, whatever her name is. My son's almost out of piano. We like to associate ourselves with terrible things in movies and books, with our opposites in the fantasy realms, because it's a safe space for us to experience those things without becoming them. And that's what it feels like to try to fail in your craft on purpose. Do it 1, 2, 3 times, and you'll be surprised what failing looks like to you as it comes out of you. It's pretty awesome. It's unhinging. It's unhinged. It allows you to be unhinged in the coolest way. Let me know what it's like. Let me know what it's like. Have you guys tried that? Has anyone tried to fail on purpose and see what it's like? I want to know.